Hi, it's Carol, and I'd like to show you how to make this Easter centerpiece. Trying to make something a little lighter, but that has some length to it as well to cover the table. So to start, all you need is a plate, a piece of foam, floral foam. I got this bunny at Dollarama, and some Easter eggs, some moss, and I was going to use these greens but didn't end up using them, and then some paint as well as some Easter colored ribbon. So these are branches that I had gotten at Dollarama for New Year's Eve, and what I decided to do was to use them for this centerpiece, to recycle them. So I'm just gluing the floral foam to the small plate. And then what I'd like to do is make these silver sticks look a little bit like silver birch. So what I'm doing is actually adding a little bit of black to them to make them look a little bit more like birch. So it's just a matter of dabbing on the black paint generously enough so that there's not too much of the silver showing through. And you'll need to do that to both of the branches, and I'm sure you can find something similar. And then the bunny that I got at Dollarama, I decided to add a little bow. So I just cut some ribbon to make a 3-colored bow, spring colors of course. Nothing too structured. Cutting enough ribbon for both sides of the bunny because of course it'll be on the table and be seen from both sides. So it's just a matter of gluing 3 pieces of ribbon together. And then the idea there is to give the bunny a little bow around its neck. And do that on both sides. Just trimming the ribbon to make it even. I'll do that also on both sides. And then finally I decided to select some buttons just to give something for the middle. And I went with a darker green button to accent the bow. There we go. And now back to the floral foam. So the branches were dry, so I just inserted those on either side to give it some length and make it look like the bunnies will be in some branches. Added a little glue just to secure the branches into the floral form. Then I decided to cover the floral foam with the moss. Again, I wanted that sparkly bunny to sit on top of the foam to be the centerpiece. And I still though wanted to give it a little bit of a natural look, and so decided to go with the moss around the bunny. So you'll see I just used some hot glue and just very quickly glued on some moss. I built the moss up as well around the top frame, and went around all four sides so that the branches look like they're coming out of the moss, perhaps, you know, just on the forest floor. So this is what it looks like when all four sides are done. And then just finally deciding to make a couple of ribbons for both sides of the display, the table centerpiece. I decided to go with this pretty spring colored floral ribbon. And then I think it would be called plaid, again spring colors, and a pale see-through, really sparkly turquoise ribbon as well. So I like to create my ribbon in my hand. I interestingly enough, don't particularly like to freeform ribbons, but end up having to do that quite frequently. And I just choose to use a pipe cleaner to secure my bows. Now, I always suggest people do whatever comes easiest for them for creating ribbons, because it can be quite intimidating to do these freeform. Now just fluff up the ribbon, fill out your bow. And there you go, there's two bows. I just snipped and shortened the pipe cleaners, and then I just glued a piece of skewer. Actually, I used wooden skewers. I cut them to size, and that just helped me put them into the floral form, the floral foam, to secure my bows to the front of the centerpiece. Then I did that on both sides. Made a bit of a pilot hole as well before inserting the one with the bow. And that's what it looks like with the bows. And then finally, I had some mirrored butterflies that a dear friend has given to me, and they were purchased also at the Dollarama, I think a couple of years ago. And I decided to glue those on to the branches, the birch branch, well, what I hope look like birch branches, and add a couple of butterflies, just again the spring feel. And after the butterflies, I just added some eggs. It was a bit of an egg garland, and I just took some eggs off of the ribbon and inserted some skewers. And then added the eggs in between the ribbon at the top. Again, giving it that Easter feel. And here you have the finished product. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial and hope you create something for your table too. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.